All right. Welcome back, y'all, to the Porch Sports Podcast with your boy Fonz.
And Quan, what's going on?
And we got a special guest, one of our longtime supporters, man. Introduce yourself to the people, man.
Hey, my name is James Collins, man. I'm thankful for Quan and Fonz for allowing me to come up here on the podcast. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Long time supporter, been there since day one. You know what I'm saying? So again, welcome everybody. You know, and a couple of things before we get started. We're trying to get 150 subscribers by the first part of July, but I actually extended it last week. So just y'all go ahead and hit that button, hit that subscribe button, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and all that good stuff. Follow us, all that jazz. Let's get it cracking. So all right, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into the news real quickly. So one thing we ain't been talking about is hockey. You know, us, we don't do hockey. I haven't seen none of us in hockey. But the Colorado Avalanche win their first Stanley Cup since 2001. So it took them over 20 years. Good job to them. Kudos to them. You know what I'm saying? I wish the Carolina Hurricanes would have did it, but that's neither here nor there. The next story is kind of a not so good one. So last week, Ravens organization lost a couple of people. We lost Jaylon Ferguson and the legend Tony Siragusa on the same day. So prayers to the families, man. Like, one thing about it, life is short, you know, and you have to live life to the fullest. As Martin Lawrence says, ride it till the wheels fall off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This one is funny. The next one is funny. So, if y'all remember, it was the Bills and the Chiefs in the AFC divisional. I think that's what it was. And of course, Josh Allen did not see the ball in overtime. And he's saying that still haunts him. Like, he's still feeling some type of way about not seeing the ball.
Do you feel like?
What you think about that one, bro? Do y'all really feel like he would have won that game if he would have got the ball first?
Oh no.
I don't know, man.
I mean, he was just coming off a monster fourth quarter, so momentum was on his side.
Right. I'll say yeah. I feel like anybody that got the ball first was going to win that game just because of how much of a shootout that game was. Like I said on the previous podcast, that man balled out for that last drive for his team. I actually seen like a different side of Josh Allen that I didn't even know existed. So in that regard, I feel like if he would have had the ball first, he would. I don't really know, man. You know, I want to say he would win, but that was so much of a tough game, man. That's a tough game to call, man.
I mean, I really think he would have won for the fact, like, you know, he already had momentum. You know, they came. I forget what the deficit was, but they came back with hell on their side. They came back, and if he would have got that ball first, I think he would have marched down that field, because by that time the Chiefs defense was gassed.
Right.
You know, the Chiefs defense was done. So I mean, it wouldn't have been an easy march down the field, but I really think he would have took that first overtime period to really do something. Because the next overtime game Patrick Mahomes had, he threw a pick, and we see the Cincinnati Bengals in the Super Bowl, which is crazy. But you know, that's neither here nor there. This is a dumb one. The Bears linebacker Matt Adams arrested, charged with a firearm possession. What is wrong with these guys, man? You get a weapon. Now, mind you, the way they described this weapon, in my mind, it was an AR-15. That's the way they put it out there. So he had a high-capacity magazine within the city limits of Chicago. which is not good for him. So my thing is, I'm not going to speak out against guns because, I mean, I have a couple. I'm not going to speak out against them. But my thing is right place, right time. You should not be driving with an assault rifle, and I'm just speculating that's what it is, but by the way they describe, that's what I'm seeing. You should not be driving with that firearm in your car.
No, you a millionaire.
Come on. And you are a millionaire and you one of us.
Right.
Don't be driving around with that, bro. Like, I understand you want the flex for everybody, and that's cool. Do it differently. Go buy a pair of Jordans nobody have or something. Do that.
Right.
You know, don't be doing crazy stuff. The next one, Roger Goodell. Y'all know Roger Goodell had like a little grill session in DC last week. He said he has no authority to remove Daniel Snyder as the owner of the Washington Commanders. Wow.
James, do you know the story with Daniel Snyder?
No, I didn't really look into it, but I heard some stuff.
Yeah, I think it was some type of misfinancial conduct. Pretty much the man messed with the franchise's money down there in Washington.
On top of a hostile work environment, you know.
Yeah, so I'm surprised that Roger Goodell would even say that. I mean, you have so much control in the NFL, and to say that you have no authority to remove a person that's causing something like that, I don't know about that. Now, it may be something that we don't know about the position of Roger Goodell, you know, but at the same time, when you think about the ownership of the NFL, you think about Roger Goodell. So,
if you think about the law, you think about Roger Goodell.
So, you know, sometimes, man, the NFL got some things, got some gray areas that they kind of
behind the scenes.
But so behind the scenes stuff,
under the table type stuff.
Yeah, so I don't know about that, Roger. I feel like even if you didn't have the authority to remove somebody out, you can at least have some type of, you know, say so on what the decision is.
Yeah, I mean,
Washington.
You let a player steal billions from a team, he's going to suspend him and probably press charges.
Right.
So, but see, the dynamic with Roger Goodell and the NFL ownership is basically he works for them.
Right.
Because they can get together and vote at any time. And Roger Goodell be out of a job.
Right.
I'm just being real. I mean, he you know, he's like the end all be all when it comes down to player infractions. But Jerry Jones should have been gone a long time ago. And you know, with him is he's basically their puppet, to be real. Right. So he kind of made sense when he said, "I can't say anything. I can't get him out of there." But this thing is all the way in Congress now. Like, somebody got to go.
Oh yeah, somebody about to go. If it made it all the way out there to Congress, then something's definitely about to happen. But yeah, man, that's an interesting story. I mean, that's an interesting comment. When I seen that, I was like, yo, I mean, that's like, you know, you doing something wrong, Fonz, or I'm doing something wrong. You're the owner, you're the CEO of this podcast. I'm doing messing with the finances and stuff. I mean, whether it's a different franchise or not, everybody represents that company. So, I mean, to have somebody to not represent that company in the correct way, especially when it comes down to finances, man. I mean, I can see whether he was out here doing other stuff, but I mean, when you start messing with the money, that's different.
I ain't gonna go there. I was about to say something wild, but I ain't gonna go there. All right, the last one. This is another person that needs to go somewhere. The Texans are being sued because of Deshaun Watson's little massage therapy sessions with the happy ending. I'm to the point I am tired of hearing about Deshaun Watson. Every week is either somebody coming up and saying he touched me, he acted inappropriately, and then the next week is that person is suing him, and then he's settling out of court. So first of all, if you settle, I'm not gonna say you're guilty, I ain't gonna say you're innocent. I'm just saying, if you just gonna settle after all that with like 20 something, almost, I think it's up to what, 30 now? 24, oh. Yes. I think it's more than 24. And you're settling with these people. You know who this hurts the most? Well, it's two people. It's the Cleveland Browns, which, hey, may they rest in poop. I don't care. And his mama. What does his mama think?
I don't know.
Like you I'm done with it. Like I said, I'm tired of hearing about that dude, man. Like, either kick him out the league or let him play at this point. If you kick him out, fine. If you let him play, of course it's gonna be some backlash. It's gonna be a lot of media hype going around it. But let's move on with it already. I'm ready for football.
Right. James, what would you say? What's your opinion on this whole scenario with Deshaun Watson?
And it's like, it's just hard to like. It's just like what Fon said. You know, if you're gonna let him play, let him play. If you're gonna suspend him, you know, take care of business. You know, they finding this dude and he's settling. So, you know, you don't know what's happening behind closed doors. But it just don't sound right.
I can go for that. I mean, it kind of, all this stuff kind of came out when he said he wanted to leave the Texans. I don't know,
that makes sense though.
Like we was discussing a few minutes ago, you know, there's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes. Sometimes the NFL, and I mean, hey man, this the show. Sometimes the NFL can act as like some type of slave plantation. You know, they keep you hostage until they want to let you go. This whole story to me is just, I don't know. I mean, like I said, this all happened when he said he wanted to leave the Texans.
That's right. When it all came out.
Well, I don't know who was the beneficiary of him doing, if he was doing it. I mean, if he was doing it, I feel like with all these Me Too things, whatever you call that thing, when they was doing the R. Kelly, Michael Jackson, all that stuff, this whole thing, I mean, I feel like if somebody is doing something to you, ladies, let it be known ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? If somebody's doing something to y'all, let it be known ahead of time. Don't wait till he signed a $230 million contract. You know, I mean, the man goes to a different team. He goes to the Cleveland Browns, and he's still carrying what he had in Houston to Cleveland. Now, if whether I think Cleveland Browns should have had, you know, waited until all this stuff cleared up to sign him, I mean, yeah, but at the same time, he's a decent quarterback. We really can't call him a good quarterback because we ain't seen him play in a while. Mm-mm. So, you know what I'm saying? But it's this whole scenario, I just wish they go ahead, whatever they're going to do to him, let him do it. I feel like they're trying to get enough charges on him and enough allegations so that it can't be a huge case.
The thing is, they can't even, like, they dropped the criminal charges.
Right.
All this stuff is civil suits. And I'm like, just take his money and bounce. Like, really, let's get on with it.
I mean, just go ahead and find it.
Like, you ain't even really hurt his pockets. Like, for real, this man's set for life. Like, I wish I could sling a football like that and get $230 million from the Cleveland Browns and have a speeding ticket on my resume. Man, shoot. Forget that, man. Shoot, I'm in the wrong business. But anyway, all right, let's go ahead and switch gears real fast. Like, all right, so everybody knows that there's rivalries. You got some NBA rivalries, you got some NFL rivalries, so on and so forth. I want to know what was the best rivalry. And James, since you are the man of the hour, I'm gonna let you go ahead and hit that one off. Start it off first. What is the best rivalry in your opinion?
Best rivalry, in my opinion, I mean, I'm a football fan, so I gotta stick to football.
Oh yeah.
I would go with Ravens and the Steelers.
That is a good one. That is a good one.
My opinion to go with the Ravens and Steelers is just like the physicality of like y'all really hate each other, man.
But it's like a respectful hate though, like you know.
It's the respectful hate.
Yeah.
Man, it that when the Steelers and Ravens play is always intense. It's always with something on the line. That's why I feel like y'all just been the longest, top rivalry, team in the league still to this day. Because when I searched up, like, what is the best rivalries in the NFL? They had the Bears and Packers. They've been smoking the Bears. Three decades. So it's like, but so check out the numbers. I pull up some numbers. All time Ravens won 24, Steelers won 32, and in the postseason, Steelers got bragging rights over y'all. It's 3-1.
It's changing though. It's changing though. Don't even worry about it. We're gonna close that gap real good.
But I tell you what, y'all had a streak going though. Y'all swept the seasons in 2014 through 16.
Yep.
The Steelers did that was back in 97 and 99.
Ooh.
Right now, y'all playing tick for tack.
Yeah.
But I respect that rivalry.
Oh yeah. That's a classic. That's a classic.
That's a classic one. That is what it is.
I like. Two, I like the Cowboys and the Eagles. I just like them on each other. I like that because I can't stand out one of them.
I feel you on that one though. You ain't got no dog in the race there.
That was a rivalry too, Cowboys and the Eagles. But yeah, man. I gotta concur with the first one that he mentioned. Steelers and the Ravens. That's all. Like he said, that's a classic one. I don't think there's a rival in the NFL, as James said, as physical as that matchup is. No matter who is playing,
right?
Backups and all, that game is a game to look forward to every week that we play or every week that we have to play.
Yeah, not only that, the NFL always pair y'all up like towards the end of the season, so it's something's on the line.
Something on the line, and sometimes it's 3 times a year.
Yeah, and see that third
hated
one,
that mess.
Deadly.
That third one, boy. I'm so glad we got over the hump, boy. I got tired of seeing them.
I don't be trying to see the Ravens in the playoffs, man. That's just ugly. I don't like that.
See, I would rather see the Steelers in the playoffs in Baltimore. I don't want to go to Heinz Field to play all that. I've done it before. It ain't fun. I'm tired of that. I mean, yeah, I agree with that. But I think the best rivalry of the past 20 years, and I'm gonna say it because I'm a Raven fan, but it was that Ravens-Titans rivalry from back in the day. Ray Lewis, Eddie George. It didn't get no better than that, and it was kind of like how the Ravens and Steelers are now. We hated them, they hated us. And whenever we played them, it was like it had some type of playoff implication. The best moment from that rivalry was the AFC Divisional in 2000. And, the 2000 Ravens defense, everybody know about that. The best moment from that game was when Ray Lewis picked off Steve McNair, got it from Eddie George, ran it back to the house, told their stadium to be quiet. Best moment of that rivalry. I mean, and then of course, some years it died down because of the new divisional alignment. That was before the Houston Texans. And then we got Ravens Steelers. And like you said, James, they build it up. Like it was very rare for that game to kick off at 1:00. it was either 415 or 825. So that was a good one.
Yeah, the Ravens still have got it. As far as any football rivalry, I feel like that's hands down the best rivalry. A new rivalry is the Chiefs and the Bills. I feel like that's a new rivalry. What name a new rivalry out right now? A baby rivalry. Like I was
the Bengals versus everybody.
The Bengals?
The Bengals and the AFC. That's what I'm looking at.
What?
You gotta understand. Do you know how much trash the Bengals is talking right now?
Man, ain't nobody worry about that, man.
The Bengals is just look. The Bengals ain't been nobody for the past 30 years. The whole AFC was down.
I can't really even credit the Bengals for what they did because Baltimore was injured.
Baltimore was injured. Pittsburgh is old.
That's a lot, though. That's a lot. Most of the time, it's either the Steelers or the Ravens. Each time around, it's either Steelers or the Ravens. The Bengals have had they sprinkle of success every once in a while, but majority, the two big brothers of that division, is the Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. Without the Ravens defense, you have to understand they put up 40 points on the Ravens twice, if I'm not mistaken.
And we was a shell of ourselves.
Twice. Now you tell me whether that would have happened with a healthy Ravens defense. I don't think so. So I really can't really credit them. I can credit them for, they had an all right season. They started crashing towards the end, but no, man.
But think about it. Think about this.
They got to show me again.
The only stain on their resume was losing to the Jets. Think about it.
And then they put 40 on the Ravens, and then the Jets beat them.
Look, you ain't gonna keep saying that mess.
Well, they put 40 on us too. I think they put 40 on us one time or two or both.
That's why I say it's the Bengals versus everybody for the simple fact the Bengals is talking.
They can talk all day, man.
The Bengals running their mouth.
I don't know.
I hated the fact that they made it to the Super Bowl, but hey, kudos to them.
They didn't win. They
get a cookie. They get a cookie.
Look, and deny that they great now. They arrived now.
Oh, they here.
Don't get me wrong now. They got some young talented players. But I can't really credit them for doing what they did in the division with certain things happening in the division that kind of, helped them along. Trust me, the Ravens defense being healthy 100%, I don't think that would have happened. They might have would have beat them once, but they wouldn't have swept them.
They would have.
Yeah. They wouldn't have swept them.
But
I ain't doing that. But I do, like I said, you can't deny that they have arrived. Now that they have arrived, let's see what they're going to do.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I say it's the Bengals versus everybody. Because whether we like it or not, man, like James said, the Bengals are here. They got bragging rights. If Pittsburgh would have went to the Super Bowl and did what the Bengals done, your chest would be all the way out here.
But that's, we a winning franchise. You know what I'm saying? We got 6 of them. So that ain't nothing new.
Every dynasty comes to an end, bro.
I'm telling you, Steel Curtain got rust in it. But
let me tell you something. you gonna mess around one day, boy. You gonna get his ass.
Nah, cause you were talking about the Bengals put 40 on the Ravens twice. They did it twice.
Yeah, I'm just saying though.
But facts is facts though.
I'm vouching for the defense, man, because we all know, no matter what, the Ravens always had a good defense, always, and they were always I feel like as long as they got John Harbaugh, they always gonna have a good, solid defense. It's been solid for over 10 years now. And they ain't got no Ray Rice. No Ray Lewis.
Ain't had him in about 10 years.
I feel like, you know what I'm saying? With that aspect, I don't really think it's the Bengals versus everybody. I feel like it's the Bengals versus the AFC North. And until they beat us, until they if they do what they do this year, I'll shut up. But being that everybody wasn't 100%,
right?
I can't credit them.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you on that one.
If we in a foot race, I start and I'm running on a sprained ankle. I'm just coming off an ankle injury. You win. I can't credit you. I mean, you beat me, but I mean, hey, I ain't 100%, man.
Or even if we were just neck and neck, and then I just blow my hamstring before the finish line, and you win.
So,
like, I get what you're saying.
Don't get me wrong. You know, Cincinnati, they are here now. I mean, I will credit them that. I mean, Jamar Chase, they dogs. They all dogs. But they ain't seen all the dogs. The other dogs in that division.
You're right, though.
Is, you know, and right. It's just hard. It's hard to be successful in that division twice. And I don't see that happening for us. I mean, for the AFC North. You know what I'm saying? AFC North is one of the toughest divisions in NFL. So in order for the Bengals to really impress me, they'll at least come in second. I don't know. But we're gonna see though.
With that saying, you think Mike Tomlin will avoid a losing season? Because like I said, Bengals they arrived. They arrived.
Let me say this here.
I think this is gonna be his first though. I don't know, man. It was close. It was close, bro.
Mike Tomlin. Let me tell you something about Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin ain't having a losing season. And I'm gonna tell you why. He never has. He having a 17 years. Mike Tomlin went 500 when 500 was a thing. With Duck Hodges. Y'all don't understand how Duck. If your quarterback was Duck Hodges, maybe a few franchises that can win with Duck Hodges. You can't name one. You can't
but
name a franchise. So
your defense is y'all defense is guaranteed 6 wins. Let's just put it out there.
Listen, if your defense is top 5 this year, y'all in the postseason. If it's average defense and y'all don't get enough turnovers, like takeaways, I can't see y'all winning, man. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Mike Tomlin, I respect what he done, but he's gonna have an outlier season. He's a rookie quarterback playing in a tough division. Come on.
So Mason. So what was Mason and Duck Hodges? What was that experience?
They was terrible quarterbacks surrounded by a great defense. Let's just put it out there.
Your offensive line been shuffled. Some retired. Some don't even play.
So with that being said, though, if you're saying that my defense is a guaranteed 6, or we got a terrible quarterback, great defense, our defense haven't changed. We have added to the defense, actually. So with that being said, if y'all saying that in the past, what really makes y'all think? And it's not even guaranteed that Kenny Pickett is going to be the starting quarterback week 1. It may be Mitch Trubisky. Mitch Trubisky got a way better resume than this dude. Mitch Trubisky took Nagy or whatever his name is to the playoffs. Matt Nagy ain't got nothing on Mike Tomlin.
I'll tell you what. I tell you what. Mitchell never played in a AFC North. I'll tell you that.
He ain't never played in the AFC North, but I mean, he's close. He's 29-21 as a starter. So I mean, I'll take that over. I really want Mitch to start, honestly. But like Mike Tomlin said, he gonna weigh out his options. He's gonna let them boys battle it out in training camp or whatever. But you know, it's gonna be an interesting season. And yes, our defense is gonna have to play. We're gonna have to run the ball.
The big thing about your defense is can it stop the run? Because I think y'all was dead last, or if not almost last, stopping the run.
Second to last.
Second to last.
Rush defense.
Yeah.
So that's an area that we have to improve there. But at the same time, I mean, our defense really ain't never been that good in the rush defense in the last few years here lately. but we still managed to get in the playoffs.
Because of that TJ Watt. Did he go down?
Yeah, man, that TJ Watt is Jesus on that side of the football. We ain't got TJ Watt, boy. We ain't got nobody.
If TJ Watt go down, if
like
something
a
happens,
without a sail, boy.
Listen, like a hook without a worm on it, ain't catching nothing. You feel me?
Well, we'll see. Let's see how that goes.
But
yeah, I got the rivalry for you guys.
All right.
But I got Dion versus Jerry.
Ooh, you talking about language now, bro. Oh boy. Oh, that was a big one.
I feel like they changed the game, man. They made it more fun. That's why you get the trash talking cornerbacks, the trash talking receivers. They brought the entertainment to the game.
Oh yeah. See, because Jerry was that dude. Hall of Famer. Both of them Hall of Famers. Prime time though, that was my favorite. I'm telling you, before Ray Lewis, it was prime time. That was my guy, even though he was a Cowboy for a minute. But he was my guy.
Yeah, prime time. Prime time is tough.
By way of Florida State and the Atlanta Falcons, the San Francisco 49ers, and finally the Cowboys. Then he came to us after he retired. I think he went to Washington one time too. That's neither here nor there. But yeah, that was a great rivalry. Just to see that unfold as a kid.
You're right.
Just to see, I was waiting for them to go head to head against each other. When it happened, good gracious.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good rivalry. What about Randy Moss and Darrell Reeves?
See, I don't think we got to see that one because I don't think Darrell Reeves was in the league at the time.
Randy Moss, or was it Jared? Was it?
See, Reeves Island didn't really come along until like 2010, something like that.
You get Calvin Johnson.
Calvin Johnson, that's who it is. My bad.
Boy.
Good God. But yeah.
Oh.
On Dion and Calvin. I mean Dion and Jerry.
Yeah, Dion tough, man. I feel like that's one of the best players that ever played the game.
I don't see a wide receiver DB matchup that come close. And we've seen some good ones. But I don't.
This may be a bold statement to some, but I feel like Deion Sanders was one of the best players to ever play the game as far as just being athletic. I mean, the man played receiver, corner, kick return, punt return. He even played Major League Baseball. I mean, like,
man, big shout out to Coach Prime, man. Coach Prime, bro.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to him, man. Deion Sanders, so serious.
God, glory to God.
Now play my theme music. Oh man, but yo, fellas, this has been a great show, man. You know what I'm saying? James, I'm happy that you obliged to came on the show, man. So big shout out to you, my brother.
Thank you, man, for having me.
Man, thank you for supporting. Thank you for just, the day one. I always say it every time we do something like that. Day one, man. I'm trying to tell you. But so y'all go ahead and subscribe and link up with us on Apple Podcasts. Please leave a review so we can, get our podcast pushed up so we can get more downloads, and hopefully the Brinks truck can come to my house and we can split it. But with that being said, this has been the Bad Porch Sports Podcast with your boy Fonz
and Quan
and my man James. Hey yo, we out of here, y'all.
All right.